Mission: to create and deliver wellness training and comprehensive sex ed to schools, to provide digital tools and resources to survivors of sexual trauma and wellness training to all participants, and to offer live events and creative programs that will heal and empower through the magic of psalm, or voice, sound, song, and hymn. Psalm is a noun, a sacred song, sound, hymn, or a poem.
We are the Magic of Psalm, and we are a nonprofit based in California. We're bringing comprehensive sex ed and wellness training to the schools, empowerment training, confidence training, emotional intelligence tools, and research. It is just our pilot year, and we've already reached close to 200 students, high school students in LA County, and we're already tapping into, talking to 22 other schools to do after-school programs. But as you see on our website, our bigger vision is to go digital and to provide comprehensive sex ed and empowerment training, as well as sexual harassment and communication tools to schools nationwide to reach the anonymous survivors, as well as the homeschools and all the adults out there who need this education, this empowerment, this confidence. I remember when I was younger, when I was 16, I was on a date with a gentleman that I trusted very much, who was my boyfriend. Everything on paper looked wonderful, it looked perfect, and I went to his house. And as I was laying there, really feeling very intimate, very trusting, I couldn't speak up. I couldn't say no. I couldn't tell him that I wasn't ready for what was going to happen. And as I said no, he kept impressing himself on me. And that feeling in my body, that inability to speak up, that voice that I couldn't find yet, I wasn't taught. My mom wasn't taught that, my aunts and uncles weren't taught that, or my aunts, they weren't taught that, and it was conditioned to me to believe that my body wasn't my own. And so in that moment I was laying there, he stood up, he went and he closed the window, and he came back, and I was paralyzed. And this is actually a situation that happens to a lot of us when we're in that kind of that stress, that kind of trauma situation where we don't know what to do. So we just kind of we freeze. And as I was freezing, I was thinking, maybe I brought this upon myself. Maybe I asked for this because I came here because he bought me lunch. And so I allowed the situation to happen to me. And I carried that with me for over a decade, until I got to my 30s, and I took the conscious effort to go out there and to learn the tools, the training, to really step out and really step into my own power and to learn how to be in my own command. And with that, I'm able now to realize that there's no ambiguity. I know what I want. I know when I call you in, and I know when there's a boundary. And so as we're going into the schools, we're teaching these young girls and boys that you have a right and you own your body, and that there are ways for you to communicate compassionately and lovingly, but also be very firm and clear about what you want and what you don't want. And so our first module when we were at the high schools, Miss Jennifer and I and Miss Cecilia, we were teaching the kids about how to really come back to your body, how to connect to your physiological responses. Like, how do you feel? If I'm telling you a certain thing, I'm texting you something inappropriate, or I'm asking you to come with me somewhere, how does it feel in your body? Come back to your body. Please come back to your body. And you know when you feel safe, you know when you feel uncomfortable, and you know what is right for you. And so we're going into the schools, and we're not teaching them, we're not telling them our belief system, we're not telling them what to do and what not to do, but we're delivering very comprehensive, very unbiased, very clear strategies and tools and medically accurate research to let you know this is your body, this is the correct terminology, and this is exactly what we have to offer you, and now you tell us how you feel in your body. You tell us what is right for you and how you feel safe and how you don't. So we had a lot of really great feedback, a lot of exercises that the kids were really excited about. And not just girls, but boys too. They started to really realize that, oh, I too don't have to be all macho, or if I go on a date, I don't have to go back and tell the boys that I did this or that, because I'm not ready either. And so there's a lot of conversation that we're allowing the children to have, the students, and also even adults. And it's been very interesting. It's only been 4 or 5 months, but it feels like the world is ready for us. We're getting a lot of great feedback, a lot of support, a lot of people wanting to step up with us. And the interesting thing that we found out was that a lot of women, a lot of people in their 40s and 50s are really wanting our work. A lot of us in our 40s and 50s don't even know what the correct terminology is of our anatomy. A lot of us can't even say it without cringing or without laughing or without feeling uncomfortable. And that's just not acceptable, because this is our body and this is what we're given. And the one thing we know for sure, the one thing we know is that we came from sex. There's a lot of different ideologies, beliefs, gods, goddesses, whatever it is, and those are beautiful and a lot to aspire towards. But at the end of the day, we came from sex. We have this body. We should love it. We should own it. We should know what's right for us. And at the Magic of Psalm, exactly. At the Magic of Psalm, we're a team of sisters. We formed in 2017 after the light of the Me Too movement, and I was just tossing and turning, going through a lot, realizing that this needs to be out there. I was not the only one that experienced this sexual trauma. 1 out of 4 women have experienced some kind of harassment, rape, or trauma in their life. Who here as a woman, if you're brave enough to raise your hand, has experienced some kind of harassment, rape, assault, violence, or something that made you feel uncomfortable in your body? Right. This is unacceptable. And as women here, conscious, educated, aware, we have to step up, we have to stand up for the children so that the next generation don't have to go through what we went through. My mother, my aunts and everything, they were conditioned, they were told that to be a good woman, you have to be quiet. You have to be the martyr, you have to be submissive, you have to take in and sacrifice for all of those around you. And I believe that there's a way to give, to be generous, to sacrifice without taking away from yourself. There's a way to speak up compassionately, to lead as a servant, but also to lead, and to be very clear about what you want and how you want to build the world for the next generations.